Hey guys, so I'm gonna put more stuff on my business channel, but I was working today and I went in and I was a little bit behind because we had a situation where I had to make sure I get paid from work. So anyways, I go in there and everything's good, and I go in there and the kitchen needs to be done in this big home. So I start with the oven and I'm cleaning the oven. I ask the owner, look, this thing here I can't get off. I don't know if it's scratched or if some of the ceiling came off or what. I just cannot get this clean. He checked it. He's like, okay, that's fine. So I'm working with this new girl. Okay, this new girl. I'm like, oh, I don't think I've met you yet. I'm Melissa. No, I don't think I've met you either. Not real friendly, okay? So she's recommended by the girl I work with, all right? And we're cleaning and I have somebody else come on over, and the company sent her and wanted her to work. My coworker says pretty cutthroat, we don't need you. We need more hours and we don't need you. Pretty freaking rude to her. I didn't say anything, okay? So they're hashing it out between each other. And then I'm like, gotta go get my furniture polished, and while I do, this girl is a mechanic, so she's checking my van with the scanner. She's doing it on her own. I go back in and I'm working, and then I finish up the kitchen and everything, and I'm like, I'm gonna go get my lunch, and I had a sub, right, so I can eat while I work. It's 2 o'clock. They're like, you can't eat, you can't have lunch because we haven't, and we've been here all day. It's like, it's your darn choice if you don't want to have lunch, right? What's that got to do with me? And I said, oh, I thought we had 15 minutes after 2 hours to have a break. You can't do that. You're on the customer's time and you're making them pay for it. Sounds all holy, right? And righteous. So meanwhile, they're talking, right? But I get in trouble for talking to somebody about my van. So at this point, I'm like, just stay calm, Melissa. Just stay calm and cool about things. Think it out first. And this is where I do not let my emotions rule me, because I do think things out. So I'm like, if she gives me any crap again, I'm letting her have it. So this new girl, high and mighty, I almost said, who died and made you God of this job? But I did not. So I go, hey, and I called the owner's name, because I wanted him to check my work. And he's like, this girl, real catty, he's in his office right now. And I go, well, I'm just asking, okay? And she's like, well, I'm just telling you. And I go, great, we don't have a problem then, do we? So right after that, the office asked me to pull out of the job, which I was already done, and to kindly clock out, which I was already done because of the attitude I was leaving. Whether they wanted me to work or not, I was literally leaving because of the bad attitude. So anyways, and I was going to tell the office what was going on, but before I left, and this is how funny God works. It's so funny because this girl, my coworker, has a high and mighty attitude. They hire her friend, and they both come up against me today. And I said, hey, could you check the work to the owner? He goes, this kitchen looks great, and this is why I work slower, so the details are done, right? He's like, this is really good. He goes, but those baseboards over there, looks like those are not clean. And I said, oh, that's so-and-so's work over there. The one who gave me a hard time. I said, that's her work. So, guys, the point is, when you are doing a job, you want to do things right, you want to be thorough, and you want to do them well. I have another coworker who is very thorough. She is the one I will be hiring to work with me. She's very thorough. These people who act like, and they're all about themselves. Oh, they go to the owner, I did the upstairs, and I did this, and I did this. And they're looking for a tip, right? And I did this. And so, a lot of times, ladies, you just stay next to God, stay close to Him, and let Him give them humble pie. And that is exactly what happened. So I let the office know what happened, that her work had to be done again, and they were happy with mine. And then I was just like, haha, to myself. And then they were very catty to me, so I let the office know that. And then I called my coworker, who they were pretty freaking rude to, let them know about that, text them about that. And then I called the office And I was very calm and spoke softly. And they're like, "How are you doing?" I'm like, "Good." I said, "I just want to ask you what just happened. What just happened? Because you asked me to leave." And she's like, "Well, yeah, we did. You know, we did ask you to leave because the customer was getting concerned about the hours. And we did send someone there to help you because we do." She's like, "We know you want the, you know, people want the hours, but we felt like with how big the job is, we needed someone else there." And I said, "Oh, I didn't ask her to leave. I wanted her there." I said, "It was so-and-so who says that she needs more hours." And I said, "This girl is cutthroat. She's all in it for herself. And this is basically what's going on." We had two girls on me coming after me, which this one girl, she's okay if she's by herself, but when she's got her friend, she's a witch. And I said, and this other, they were pretty rude to this girl who came in, and they're like, "Okay, thank you for telling us what was really happening." And I said, "As far as my sandwich, I can eat while I'm working, and I think that's my right." So yeah, so I mean, tell your job what's going on. So here I am, I'm over at AutoZone. I gotta run in, I gotta misfire because this girl's a mechanic, she knows her stuff. My son did check my stuff too with the scanner. Same diagnosis, so either I need spark plugs or another coil or something. So that's what I'm looking at the prices right now to do.